Woo. Oh. Yeah, that's just unbelievable. Alright, it is done. Look at this thing. That is just ridiculous. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Johnny. Welcome back to J&M Productions. Along with the Monkey Scooter video I just made, I also wanted to finally show you guys what I've done with the Toursor E8 Pro. Now, before I continue, I have to thank Vu for this. Without his videos, without his help, I would not have been able to do this 100%, because, you know, it's not like I could have, you know, brought to somebody else to do it. There's no scooter mechanics around here or anything. It's all kind of just all up to me. And Vu gave me such great insight, gave me some helpful tips, and with that, I was able to get this scooter finished and modified properly. Now, for those of you who might not have seen the first video, I made a video in regards to the Toursor E8 Pro where the front spring shock wasn't really at its best performance. It was actually causing a lot of speed wobbles and so forth, and it was just causing a lot of issues, unfortunately, going at higher speeds. So I contacted Boo. I asked him if this air shock is worth it. He said yes, and with the helpful tips, I got it installed. If you guys give me a second here. So this is the old one. This is the spring shock that was originally on the scooter, and you know, I'll say it again, it's not bad. It really isn't. It's just the fact and idea that you have to turn this little knob here, oh, that's show right there, and to tighten it up. And I feel like if you're paying for a good suspension, you would want to use it at its full potential, but you can't because it's going to cause speed wobbles. So I'm sorry, but this spring shock is a piece of shit. It's terrible. I mean, because like I said, I had to ride it pretty much at its max, like, tightness, you know, I guess we could say that, and it was just horrible. It was literally just horrible, you know. It was so stiff in the front, but then the back was so nice and smooth, because I'll show you guys here, the back ones have no problem at all. They actually work perfectly. But this air canister shock was absolutely worth it. And I'm sure you guys saw in the beginning of the video there just that, such a difference. I mean, the way it moves, you know, it looks a little funky, I get it. And I actually did have to replace the front, or actually not even replace, I had to remove the front fender. And that is a quick little FYI, if you're going to do this replacement, you will have to remove your front fenders. So if you're someone who likes to ride in the rain a little bit with these scooters, this upgrade might be an issue with you. You can get another fender, but you would have to modify it. So I don't know if you have like special tools and stuff, but you can just tell that this wouldn't fit properly because the screws go right here and this air canister is completely in the way. So it just would not fit properly. It took me roughly an hour to do the whole thing because I was taking my sweet time with it. You know, because keep in mind, this is my first time ever really taking apart a scooter. I did Noah's on his because I had to do something with his stem, but that was a little bit easier compared to this. The whole process was pretty good. I didn't record it just because I didn't know how long it would take me, but it took me an hour. Overall, it was pretty good. Surprisingly, the most difficult part was actually realigning the brake pads. That was surprisingly the most difficult thing about this whole replacement, because, you know, you got to take the wheel off, you got to take this off, and then this little shaft pops out, and then you got to turn this fork a little upwards, and then this will remove this here. You know, just there's a lot of steps to it. If you watch Vu's video, and I'll actually have a link for it down below, just because if you guys really want to do this upgrade, you can easily do it. But his video pretty much shows everything. I had to touch over a couple things in the video that weren't being shown properly, but other than that, it shows pretty much everything you need on what to remove and etc. Now, I know you guys are probably going to be asking me, so what's the difference? A huge difference. Like, this thing is a tank now. I can go over pretty much any bump, any pavement I can go on, sidewalks, it doesn't matter. This thing can handle it. I actually finally did a top speed on it, and I've hit 43 on it, and I had 0 speed wobbles. It was just amazing. Like, I'm almost really tempted to say that actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say it. This is better than the Mark 8. I love you to death, Mark 8, but just with this shock replacement, it's phenomenal. Now, these are a little nitpicky, but there are 2 problems I've had so far with this replacement. I think I can show you guys here. Obviously, you can look down. So see this wire here? Yeah, obviously it connects to the hydraulic brakes and goes up to the cables shown here for the brakes, the throttle, etc. So you see, turning to the right, nothing. It's perfect. Does exactly what it needs to do. You can see it can pretty much do a pretty wide turn, but then we turn it to the left. That's as far as it goes. So basically, I can't fully turn properly when turning left. I know some of you guys are gonna go, "Oh, that's so dangerous," but in reality, you know, if you know how to properly steer your scooter, you know, with counter steering and everything, I really don't think I'll need to make a sharp turn like that. Now, if I do, I might be in trouble. But other than that, you know, maybe I can look at getting the wires a little more loose, but I really didn't want to take apart all the wiring here that is shown. But I don't know, I'll wait and see. Damn, the sun's in the way. One of my second problems actually goes with the kickstand. Now, you guys might not really notice it, but notice it on me. You can see how kind of synced in it is, and that's because the kickstand is not too short. And that's just mainly because of the much bigger suspension put into it. However, I have partially eliminated this using 5 PlayStation 2 games that I don't ever play anymore, and I just wrapped them all in duct tape. T-Rex tape, to be exact. And we're going to show it here. Come on. Right, so got it in place. And there we go. That's, show you guys it now. Much better. That's actually perfect on the way it should stand up. And then obviously I got new mirrors. These were also from Vu. He recommended them to me. I know you only really need one for the left-hand side, but I went ahead and just did both, just because there's times where I do ride in the left-hand lane, so gotta have it for the right. But overall, the upgrading and everything is perfect on this scooter, and just everything else about it. And it's not like the Mark 8. It doesn't have... Now, this one actually lights up the deck no matter what. But just overall, it is an amazing scooter. Alright guys, that's going to end today's video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We have a lot more content coming. We got some really cool videos coming out, along with the more scooter ones. We got a gaming and all that stuff. You know, and it's October, so we got some Halloween stuff going on as well. But thanks again so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next J&M Productions video.